Hi, Jen here, and
Charlie!
Charlie's my helper tonight. What are we making tonight? Do you know?
Mushrooms?
Well, yeah, we're gonna load in a ton of vegetables into our pasta dish. So this one, we're gonna bake all of the vegetables and some sausage in the oven. So that'll free up a little bit of time. It'll make things go a little bit easier. So you can cook your pasta on the stove. You can do this in the frying pan too.
I like tomatoes. I like sausages.
Charlie, do you want to help me make the dinner? Okay, don't touch this pan because it's a little bit warm. Okay, we've got some vegetables already chopped up in the bowl in about bite-sized pieces. We've got a couple of zucchinis, some red pepper, onion, a bunch of mushrooms just quartered, and there's some garlic. Yep, grab a good pinch of salt and you can put that in there. And we're gonna toss it all with a bunch of olive oil, a couple tablespoons anyway. And then you can put we'll do the tomatoes after. So we've got about a tablespoon of fennel seeds, some oregano, and some chipotle pepper. We're gonna put the whole thing on. So you wanna dump that while you can put the whole thing on, and I'm gonna grab a spoon to toss it with. Oh, well done, thank you. Okay, so we'll toss everything in a bowl, just so everything gets coated in the spices and the bit of olive oil. We've got our oven preheating to 425 degrees, so it's pretty hot and it'll go pretty quickly. We want to get some nice golden color on the edges of our vegetables.
Can I do tomatoes?
Yep, you can do the tomatoes after I get these out on the pan. So you just kind of want to spread things out and as thin a layer as you can get. It is going to be a bit crowded, but that's okay because you do want this to sort of create your sauce.
It looks like a cake.
A delicious veggie cake. And now if you want to put the tomatoes out, we're not going to chop them. We're just going to put them in whole, and hopefully the heat will make them pop open. Right? So you can spread them out over here. And while Charlie is doing the tomatoes, I'm going to do the sausage. And so you could fry this if you like, slice it up, but what I'm going to do is just kind of put it on the top, and I'm going to squeeze out the sausage on top of the vegetables into like little bite-sized pieces. If you don't want to handle the sausage like this, I get it, that's okay. You don't have to do this, but this makes it a little bit simpler, I think, and
Can I do it?
you don't have to chop it up. I think I'll just do this part myself just because it's sort of a one-person thing. My hands are already messy. Okay, do you want to spread out the tomatoes a little bit better? Just so it's a flatter layer. Thanks, sweetheart.
Can I do it?
You want to try? So you're going to squeeze it like some Play-Doh. Squeeze right at the end so you just get it's going to squeeze out that end. Oh, wow. Now put it on top. There you go. Good job. You want to do it? You want to hold it? And squeeze out little bits at the end. We'll do it at this end because it's a little bit closer. You squeeze it all the way to the end. There you go. And make sure it doesn't pop off and go flying. Yeah. Good job. And you just keep doing that. Squeeze, pinch it, and then squeeze it all the way down the end. Go. I want to let the people who are going to be watching the video know that there's another way of doing this, that you could split the casing with a knife down the middle like that and take out bits like this. Oh yeah, you want, salt is contaminated now. Oh well. And we won't need a whole lot of salt because we're going to get some salt kind of mixed in from the sausage. The sausage will be solid. So this is one way to really stretch your protein budget too, I think. When you bulk up your pastas or your casseroles or whatever you're making with a ton of vegetables, then everybody gets a little bit of sausage, and it goes a little bit further that way. Okay. So, we're going to wash our hands, right? And then we're going to put it in the oven. Okay, let's go wash our hands at the sink.
We need to wash the hands, right?
Yeah, after touching that sausage, for sure. Good job. Okay, we washed our hands. I'm going to put pepper on here as well. And then
How would you some more pepper?
a little bit of salt. Okay, and then into the oven. We'll check it in 15 minutes. I'll set the timer.
Yummy.
Okay, and then we'll be back in 15 minutes.
And
Okay?
said thank you.
The oven? He's like,
Yummy. Yummy in my tummy. Yummy in my tummy. Yummy in my tummy. Yummy in my tummy.
So our veggies and sausage are still in the oven, and they're kind of cooked through the way I would like, but they are lacking that caramelization that we love. So I've turned off the oven, but turned the broiler on to get color over the tops of the vegetables. And I cooked my noodles according to the package instructions, so about 8 minutes for al dente. Check them and make sure your water's salted well before you throw in the pasta. But before you drain out your pasta, try and scoop out, reserve some of this pasta water in case we're going to need it when we mix everything together. Okay, veggies are looking pretty nice and golden, and the sausage is cooked through, so we're just going to mix this in with the pasta. Juices and all, so I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do this. I've got a spoon here. I want to capture everything because this is our sauce. I love roasting the vegetables because it just like dehydrates them a little bit, concentrating the flavors a little bit more. And I think you get a little bit, I don't know, it's just a little bit different from sauteing, I think. So you try it and tell me what you think. But I think this is a nice way to make a pasta sauce. It's a little bit different. Okay, set that aside. Now we're also going to go in with our spinach. We don't really have to cook this down, but we're going to wilt it into the pasta and just get even more vegetable goodness in there. And so if you find when you're stirring this that it seems a little bit dry, then this is where you're going to add in some of this pasta water. I'm going to add a little bit and you'll see. And then you'll taste it and see if it's seasoned enough. You might want to add a little bit more salt and pepper. And then we're going to serve this with a little bit of feta cheese on top, or you could use Parmesan or some other kind of like harder cheese grated on top, maybe some chili flakes on the side, just to jazz it up a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna give this a taste and just see. But I'm sort of feeling like you might even want to do like a squeeze of lemon or something like that. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more pasta water still. Put the rest in. That was about 2/3 of a cup. Just so that our spinach wilts down a bit more. I'm just gonna put this out on the table, family style. Charlie, were you gonna finish this with me? Okay, so Charlie's back, and what do you think? How does that look?
Good.
Does that look yummy? We're gonna just put this out on the table in the pot, and we're gonna serve ourselves and maybe top it with some cheese. Do you think everyone's gonna like this recipe? Yeah, it looks good, doesn't it? Okay. Hope you enjoy this one. Bye. Bye.